Moving is a great time to reevaluate your home office. I'm learning to thrive in the economy. Would you like to learn too? If you remember, I've been staying in a temporary place since we've sold our house back in November while we were looking for a place out of state in Delaware where it's a lot cheaper to live than here in New Jersey. We found a place and we're supposed to close on it next week, which means that we're going to be moving in a few weeks. And so that's a great time for me to sit and go, what exactly in my home office do I need to move? What exactly should I get rid of and replace by new down in Delaware? And there's a couple things I've really been starting to look at. For instance, you can probably tell I have a table rather than a desk. Well, the reason for that is I'm 6'6", and most desks are not built for my height. So I end up having to use one of these tables usually. That's not really the most ergonomic thing for me because it's an awkward height. So what I've been looking into is either a raised table that lifts up higher so that I can stand and type, or what they call a desk raiser, where you'd have a table like this and you'd have your stuff on it, but every now and then you could lift it up higher. Now, obviously, if you're just buying a desk raiser, it's a lot less expensive than an overall motorized desk that goes up and down that you can sit at. I'm not so sure which way I want to go with that. I probably would rather go with the overall desk that rises and goes down rather than the desk raiser. So I'm still looking into that, but I'll let you know once I finally decide which way I'm going to go with that. I'm also going to get rid of this chair. This chair has been mine for a long number of years. It's probably not the most ergonomic chair. It's done well for me, but it's seen better days. It's become ripped. And I really do think with my issue with the back that I should get an ergonomic chair. It's going to be a little more expensive, but hey, that's what you want to do. I looked at my printer. My printer is fine. I think I'm going to keep the printer. I think I'm going to keep my computer set up. I've got the two monitors. And I think that's fine too. The other thing I'm going through is I'm going through all of my papers. I have papers from 12 years ago that I've never even looked at. You know, things that I printed off that I was saving for reference or because it had instructions on how to do something. I've had instructions for like previous versions of Microsoft. So this way I could always go back and look at it. I don't need that stuff anymore. My feeling is to try to get rid of as much of the paper as possible because it's just never going to be looked at. What's the point? The other thing I'm doing is I'm going through my supplies. When you work at home, you work for yourself, you're kind of eager to keep supplies. If somebody gives you some file folders that can be reused, you keep them. If somebody gives you pencils or pens, yeah, you throw them in the desk drawer and hold on to them. I've got way too many notebooks that only have a few sheets written in. I've got way too many pencils and pens and just odds and ends that I can get rid of. I want to be able to consolidate that down as much as possible. One, because it'll help with the move. It'll be easier to move. It'll be less expensive to move. But also, you just get to a point in your life where you know what you need, and the rest of it just isn't worthwhile. It's just not worth keeping. Now, if it's stuff that you might be able to sell, fine, sell it. Put it on Craigslist, put it on Facebook. Otherwise, take it to the donation shop, hand it in, get a little bit of a tax deduction at the end of the year, Turn it into something productive. If you have friends or family that wants stuff, give it to them. But you want to just use the move as a way of saying, what exactly do I need? What exactly do I want? And what can I get rid of? Make things more efficient. Especially if you've had an office for a long time, you've probably let things pile up. And you're probably in a different stage in your career than you were when you first set up your home office. So take moving as an opportunity to really rethink the whole thing, where you want your desk to be? Do you want it to be against the window? Do you want it to be against the wall? Do you want to have it facing away from the window so this way you're not distracted? Do you want it so that somebody opening the door will see you immediately rather than have to open the door all the way to see you? These are things that you can do and take advantage of the move. Use it productively. Think about it. Don't just throw things where they were in your last office. Make sure your new office represents where you are in your new stage in your freelance life. If you find this advice helpful, please like and share, comment below, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. YouTube would really appreciate it as well. And until next week, take care. Bye.